The internet couldn't even catch its breath before this story blew up. Because Jayda Cheeves, yes, Lil Baby's Jada, just cracked open a scandal that nobody saw coming. For months, people whispered that Ari Fletcher might have been creeping around with Lil Baby, but no one had actual confirmation. Then out of nowhere, Jada went live, acting all calm, but with that knowing smirk, and straight up confirmed what the blogs had been hinting at for weeks.
When she put me on spironolactone for that month, so that way now that I'm on Accutane, I'm good. It's like I'm not purging. Them rumors are true. No shade. That's been going on. That's been a thing. But I don't want to talk about that. Like, literally, let's not talk about that.
The girl didn't even flinch. She said, "Them rumors? No shade. That's been going on." Just like that. Like she was finally tired of pretending everything was cool while the streets already knew the truth. See, before this mess exploded, there were whispers online from a blogger named Woo Lady who started dropping clues about a full-on triangle between Ari Fletcher, Lil Baby, and influencer Tatiana Chanel, who's dating Boston Richie. According to Woo Lady, the tension between those women had been bubbling for a while, especially because Lil Baby was caught up right in the middle. She called Ari lip gloss, Jada lashes, and Tatiana voodoo, like she was naming characters in a reality show, and said, "Lip gloss and voodoo fighting for lashes."
Lip gloss and voodoo doll fighting for lashes. Lip gloss cuss lashes because she found out voodoo doll is on that dick too. And it's on, like, you can see it in New York, like in Times Square. Like it's like 3D, it's like right there. Like everyone can see the bullshit. Like it's right there for you. Yes. So when we went to Times Square and we seen it, we said no. We said no. And you telling me she wasn't tripping on the show? I said, oh, everybody gonna apologize to lashes. You serious? Yes.
Okay, good morning. We owe Jayda Wayda, Jada Chives, an apology. The way she just confirmed them rumors that Ari and Lil Baby been together. Okay. We thought Jada was acting weird. Whole time, she had a reason to act weird, okay? Okay, Jada, we sorry.
Man, the streets went wild because everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. But what made this whole thing explode was timing. Right when that clip dropped, Jada decided she wasn't holding back anymore. People who followed her and Ari for years remember when they were cool. They'd hang out, take pictures, even support each other's brands. But then something changed. The vibe got weird. Jada pulled back. Fans thought it was jealousy or competition because they were both young, rich, and running the same influencer circles. But now, Jada basically confirmed the real reason she distanced herself. She found out Ari had been messing around with her baby daddy. And the way Jada handled it on live wasn't messy or loud. That's what made it sting even more.
Jada was never fucking wrong. She was never wrong. She felt the spirit, she felt the vibes, she felt the animosity, she felt and knew Ari was not genuine to her. But instead, the internet wanted Jada to be the bad guy so bad and wanted to seem like she was just tripping. No, Jada was never tripping. Ever. Like...
Well, first of all, let me start by saying I don't know these people. So basically, y'all trying to go off on Jada because Jada just speaking her truth. How y'all mad that she confirmed that a girl that was basically trying to make her look weird for years was fucking with her baby daddy? Y'all mad because she confirmed the rumors? I don't, like, that's why I couldn't be no famous. Cause what? Y'all not even making no sense. And don't get me wrong, I love Ari. Ari's a bad bitch. Jada's a bad bitch. But the truth is the truth. Like, if she was messing with Lil Baby, if she still is messing with Lil Baby, then Jada just confirmed it. And y'all mad cause she confirmed it? I don't know. I don't get it.
She didn't name names, didn't rant or cry. She just slipped it into casual conversation like it was something she'd already made peace with. You could almost feel that mix of pain and power in her tone, like she wasn't exposing Ari out of spite, but out of exhaustion. She's been quiet for years, letting people paint her as the jealous one, while Ari was allegedly smiling in her face, knowing exactly what was going on behind the scenes. Once that live hit social media, the clips spread faster than wildfire. People started piecing things together. The weird tension on the Impact ATL, the passive-aggressive posts, the way Jada and Ari avoided each other at events. Suddenly all those "they just grew apart" excuses didn't sound so believable anymore. The comments section turned into a full-blown courtroom. Half of social media was screaming that Jada was vindicated, saying, "She wasn't crazy, she just knew." Others were defending Ari, claiming the rumors were exaggerated and that Jada just wanted attention. But even Ari's fans couldn't deny that Jada's words had that tone. The tone of someone who's known for a while but was done protecting someone else's image. And it gets deeper, because according to the streets, this isn't even the first time Ari's name got tangled up in another woman's relationship. People dug up old posts and resurfaced rumors about her allegedly being linked to Offset years ago, back when Cardi B was still dealing with all that cheating drama. It's like every time the industry starts to quiet down, Ari's name pops right back into the chaos. But this time, it hits different, because Ari's been in a long-term thing with Moneybagg Yo since 2019. They've been the flashy couple goals: cars, chains, private jets, matching outfits, all that. So if she's really been sneaking around with Lil Baby on the low, that's not just messy, that's wild. Especially since she and Jada had that fake peace treaty moment a while back, pretending to squash the tension for the cameras. When fans went digging, they noticed Jada had been acting way too chill these past few months. No subs, no shade, just quiet. But now everyone realizes she was probably sitting on this bombshell, letting time do the talking. Because when you've been made to look like the jealous ex for years, the best revenge is the truth coming out on its own. And after Jada's confirmation, even the fans who used to call her dramatic started switching sides. The tone online flipped instantly. People started saying things like, Jada felt the energy the whole time. She knew Ari wasn't real, and that intuition never lies. TikTok detectives started posting side-by-sides of old interviews and reaction clips from the Impact ATL, claiming Jada's face said it all back then. She knew. Meanwhile, Ari's silence is only making the rumors louder. She hasn't clapped back yet, which is unusual for her. Normally, she'd hop on live within hours, ready to clear her name or throw her own shade. But this time, nothing. Not even a story post. Fans are starting to think the silence is saying more than words ever could. And the mess just keeps building. Because it's not just about Jada and Ari anymore. Lil Baby's getting dragged into it too. People are calling him out for the pattern. From Sweetie to IG models to industry whispers, his name stays in the center of relationship chaos. And now that Jada confirmed he's been messing around with Ari, it's like the puzzle pieces everyone ignored for years are suddenly fitting perfectly. But here's where it gets spicy. Because even though Jada exposed the situation, she didn't sound broken. She sounded like someone who already healed, already detached, and was just finally giving the world the truth they've been ignoring. That calm energy, that's what really shook people. She didn't give Ari a moment of weakness to feed off of. She gave her silence, then her truth. At the moment, social media is split in two. Team Jada saying she deserved to get this off her chest after years of fake peace, and Team Ari claiming it's all exaggerated blog drama. But no matter what side you're on, one thing's clear. This situation didn't come out of nowhere. This has been brewing, building, and bubbling behind the scenes for years. And now that the truth is finally leaking out, the fallout's about to get ugly. Because Ari might have built her brand on confidence and chaos, but Jada just reminded everybody that the quiet ones, they see everything. Once Jada dropped that confirmation, the internet went into full meltdown mode. Timelines flooded, podcasts scrambled, and fan pages started breaking down the entire messy triangle like it was an episode of Power. The thing is, this wasn't just some random rumor anymore. This was Jada Cheeves, the one person who had every reason to stay quiet, finally speaking up. And once she did, all those receipts people had been sitting on started flying out like confetti. The craziest part, you could feel the shift, because before, everyone used to call Jada delusional, saying she was obsessed with Lil Baby or that she was jealous of Ari's glow-up. But now, it's like the internet collectively did a double take. The same people clowning her a year ago were suddenly saying, wait, maybe she wasn't the problem after all. And the way Jada handled it, smooth. She didn't scream, didn't rant, didn't drag. She just said her piece and logged off, letting everyone else connect the dots. That quiet confidence hit hard, especially because Ari Fletcher's whole brand has always been built on being unbothered. But when Jada spoke, Ari went completely silent. No denial, no tweets, no subliminals, just radio silence, which for her said a lot. Fans started pulling clips from the Impact ATL, trying to decode every interaction between them. You could see the fake smiles, the awkward tension, the side eyes that never made sense before. Back then, everyone said Jada was acting cold for no reason. Now people are replaying the footage and saying, nah, she knew something. Then came the chaos on TikTok. Every gossip creator, fan page, and friend of a friend popped up with their own version of what really happened. Some said Ari and Lil Baby had been secretly linking up for months, meeting up in Atlanta at low-key parties and studio sessions when Moneybagg was out of town. Others swore this had been going on since before Jada and Lil Baby broke up, that this wasn't some new fling, but a recycled situation that's been on pause and play for years. One blogger even claimed that Lil Baby was flying Ari out on the same weekends Jada was posting him on her story. Talk about bold. People started calling it the Atlanta Shuffle, where everybody's dating the same 5 people in different combinations. And honestly, it's giving deja vu. Because this isn't the first time Lil Baby's name has been tied to industry mess like this. What made things even wilder was how the fans reacted. Half the internet was eating popcorn, treating this like reality TV, while the other half was genuinely mad. People started calling out how Ari always preaches loyalty and real woman energy, but now she's allegedly moving like a villain in her own story. One comment that went viral said, Ari can't keep calling herself a real one if she out here doing fake best friend moves. Another said, Jada didn't lose her friend. She lost dead weight, but it wasn't all one-sided. Ari still has a loyal fan base, and they came to her defense instantly. They said the whole story didn't add up, that Jada was still too emotionally attached to Lil Baby and using Ari as a scapegoat. One of her fans tweeted, Jada be knowing who messing with her baby daddy, but she always assumes it's the woman instead of checking him. And honestly, that's not a bad point. Because if Lil Baby really was creeping, it's not like Ari held him at gunpoint. He made that choice too. Meanwhile, Lil Baby's just chilling. Not confirming, not denying, just posting his usual flexes, studio clips, new jewelry, snippets of unreleased tracks. But people noticed something strange. He's been posting his kids a lot lately. Especially the one he shares with Jada. Almost like he's trying to remind the world that he's a family man while the streets burn around him. And that's when Moneybagg Yo's name got pulled in. Fans started flooding his comments, tagging him like, Yo, you seeing this? Because if Ari really stepped out on him with Lil Baby, that's not just messy. That's a full circle scandal. 2 of the biggest influencer couples in the game overlapping like it's a soap opera. Some fans even joked, this ain't love and hip hop, this is love in Atlanta. Everybody needs a reunion episode. Behind the scenes though, insiders claim Moneybagg ain't laughing. Word is he's been distancing himself quietly, keeping it professional on camera but not really vibing with Ari often. He hasn't commented publicly, but fans say his energy's different. Fewer couple pics, no reposts of her content, not even a like in weeks. That might not sound like much, but for a rapper who used to gush about his girl every other week, silence speaks volumes. And that's the thing about this whole mess. Every move, every silence, every post is being analyzed like it's evidence. When Jada stopped wearing certain jewelry Lil Baby bought her, people noticed. When Ari went MIA on social media, people noticed. When Lil Baby reposted an old video of himself in the studio surrounded by women, people noticed that too. It's not just gossip anymore. It's a full-on investigation, and every fan's acting like they're part of the FBI. But what really makes this story sting is that it's deeper than clout or clicks. Because underneath all the flashy cars and Birkin bags, you've got 2 women who were once cool, 2 women who came up in the same space, both hustling to build empires, now caught up in the same messy cycle because of one man who refuses to grow up. And the way the internet's reacting, it's wild. One minute, people are cheering Jada on for reclaiming her peace. The next, they're dragging Ari for being messy and sneaky. But in the middle of all that noise, the real conversation started. About loyalty, about boundaries, about how hard it is to trust anyone when the industry feels like one big small town. Because at the end of the day, Jada might have been the one who exposed it, but she didn't create the mess. She just finally stopped cleaning up after everybody else. And Ari, her silence might be loud, but silence doesn't equal innocence. It just means she's picking her moment. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Ari Fletcher, it's that she never stays quiet for long. By the time the second wave of drama hit, it wasn't just gossip anymore. It had turned into a cultural event. Everywhere you looked, from shade room comments to YouTube reactors, people were dissecting the fallout like it was a national scandal. Jada had dropped her truth and disappeared back into her bag. Ari was silent, and the internet was losing its mind trying to figure out who would break first. But the twist came when people started noticing how different Jada and Ari were handling it. Jada wasn't throwing shots, she was glowing. Her posts were all about peace, business, and looking unbothered but expensive. She started dropping content that screamed confidence. Subtle captions like, "When truth clears the air, peace gets louder." You could tell she wasn't just trying to win the internet. She was taking her power back. Meanwhile, Ari's silence started to feel heavier by the day. Fans kept waiting for her to clap back, but instead, she was posting ads, makeup looks, and random videos like nothing happened. The comments were chaos. Half people telling her to speak up, half begging her to ignore the drama and keep winning. But ignoring didn't help this time, because every post she made just gave people more room to pick apart her energy. Was she nervous? Guilty? Or just tired of feeding into a storm she couldn't control? And then, just when the internet started to calm down, Moneybagg Yo stepped in, but not how people expected. Instead of defending Ari or shading anyone, he posted something cryptic. "Loyalty ain't a word, it's an action. Remember that." No names, no tags, just that one line with a black heart emoji. That single post flipped the internet all over again. Fans flooded his comments like, "Oh, he knows something, and that's a shot if I've ever seen one." Some people even claimed insiders confirmed he had quietly moved out of Ari's house and was staying solo in his Memphis spot again. Others said they'd broken up weeks before the drama but kept it private for their brand. Whether that was true or not, the vibe between them was dead quiet. No couple photos, no birthday shout-outs, not even a repost. And when Ari tried to post a few soft girl-era pics to shift the focus, people weren't buying it. The top comment under one post said, "You can post all the lip gloss you want, we still remember what Jada said." The thing about Ari and Jada's feud is that it hits deeper than just two influencers beefing. It's the fact that they used to be cool. Two women who understood each other's world, both tied to the same man in different ways and still tried to coexist in the same industry. That's what makes it sting. The betrayal didn't just happen behind closed doors. It played out in slow motion across years of Instagram lives, brand deals, and fake smiles. And that's why fans are so divided. Some people think Jada was justified for exposing it. Others think she was just tired of staying quiet while the internet called her bitter. Either way, it changed her public image completely. People stopped seeing her as Lil Baby's ex and started seeing her as the woman who finally said what everyone else was too scared to say. But Ari's side of things isn't as clear-cut either. Because once the rumor mill got too loud, a few anonymous sources started claiming the story wasn't exactly what people thought. One person close to Ari allegedly said, "Jada's spinning it to make herself look better. They were all cool once, but the jealousy was real." Another claimed that the Lil Baby situation wasn't new. That whatever happened years ago and was old news that Jada decided to revive. Still, when fans went back and connected the dots, they found too many coincidences to ignore. The same trips, the same clubs, the same late-night stories. And suddenly, Jada's calm tone made a lot more sense. She wasn't starting drama, she was confirming it. By now, the fallout has split the fan bases completely. Team Ari is calling Jada a clout chaser, saying she's using the rumor to stay relevant since Lil Baby's moved on. Team Jada is saying Ari's just mad because the truth hit too close to home. And through it all, Lil Baby's sitting somewhere in the studio pretending like his name isn't trending in every gossip headline from Atlanta to Hollywood. But what really shook people wasn't just who cheated or who lied, it was how predictable it all felt. Because in the world these girls live in, loyalty and love are almost impossible to separate from fame and ego. Everyone's connected, everyone's pretending, and everyone's trying to win a game that keeps changing the rules. Still, for all the chaos, Jada came out on top this round. The woman who used to cry over Lil Baby on camera now walks like someone who knows exactly who she is and exactly who she'll never let near her again. Her energy's different. Not bitter, just done. And Ari, she might be quiet now, but if history tells us anything, she won't stay that way for long. The silence feels strategic, like she's letting the internet burn itself out before dropping her side when nobody's expecting it. Because if there's one thing Ari knows, it's how to flip a scandal into a storyline. At this point, though, no matter who speaks next, the damage is done. The friendship? Finished. The trust? Gone. The influencer world? Shaken. And honestly, maybe that's the real lesson here. When clout becomes currency, loyalty becomes credit, and everyone's spending more than they can afford. So yeah, this one's messy, it's loud, it's public, but it's also a reminder. Not all sisterhoods are built to survive fame, and not every it couple can keep their secrets forever. If you've made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe. Because in this world of love triangles and fake peace posts, this story is just one chapter in the chaos. And trust me, the next one's already loading.